Welcome back to Grown Folk Talk with Patrice. So I have enjoyed this conversation. I really feel enlightened, as I said. I feel encouraged. I don't feel as helpless and hopeless as I did. But, you know, we want to make sure that the people in our lives are not just understanding our plight, but we are understanding their plight as well. Because we are suffering through this. So the people in our lives are suffering through things as well. And so relationships, as we said when we first started the show, I would imagine many relationships have been ruined, ended, or whatever it is because of menopause. And it may have been because they knew what it was or they didn't know what it was, and that there was no conversation had. So what are your thoughts on what we should be saying to our significant others? And I'll start with you, Charlene. What conversation should we be having?
They need to understand the symptoms and understand that we're not doing it on purpose.
Right.
That's the biggest thing.
Right.
Because men take it as a rejection.
Right. Yeah.
She doesn't want me anymore. It's not like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And so then, with that being said, so the point can be made that, okay, so I have to understand, let's say the decreased libido, the lack of interest in sex anymore. And so, okay, so you're not interested in sex. I understand you're going through menopause. So then what do I do? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so the argument would be, well, if he really loves me, he's going to understand and stick with me. But, while that may be true, I feel like maybe there's some more conversation that needs to be had where we are meeting people a little halfway, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Am I on my end?
Well, I'm with you. I'm with you. I think you said it. It's about having the open, honest conversation.
Yeah. And trying to understand it together.
When I first started going through, I talk about, like I said, my doctor and my husband were well informed of what was going on because I had to say,
right,
you know, because you can't control some of these things, and you do think you're going crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember to tell people I'm going through menopause, and my husband would say, no, we're going through menopause,
right?
You know, so because he wanted some sympathy too, because of what
and rightly so, right?
You know?
Yeah, and rightly so. And so when people love us, and not just our husbands, but our other family members, if they love us and we have the conversation with them and we make it very clear, then it makes it easier for them to, I don't want to say tolerate, but to flow with us, right? To ride with us. But we have to make sure that we are giving as well in other ways. You know, it has, and that takes communication and the conversation, because men go through things. They might not go through menopause, but they it's what?
Andropause.
Oh, what's andropause?
Oh, I like that.
Oh, wait a minute. What they going through?
Their testosterone drops. They have erectile dysfunction and other things.
Okay. So then that's something that then we have to be understanding about, right? If you're in a relationship and you're going through something, then he's going through something. And I would imagine with men, it's not that they don't want to, they just can't. Because I'm thinking as a man alive
that don't want to.
Doesn't want to.
Okay.
But he just won't be able to.
Right.
And just as men would want us to understand, when that happens, because we don't want to say, okay, you can't, all right, I'm out. Because listen, right? I'm thinking if we love a person, we're going to ride that out with them. Pardon the pun, but
the communication is
right. And so we want everybody to understand each other when these things are happening. Because I didn't know there was a name for it.
Yeah, there's
andropause.
I don't know a lot about the symptoms, but they can get similar things to us.
Okay.
I'm going to look it up.
Okay, so I take back what I said about men earlier.
That they wouldn't be able to
handle it.
Right. And so, but you're never going to have a group of men sitting on a talk show talking about andropause or erectile dysfunction.
No,
not in Bermuda anyway.
Not going to happen.
No.
I'm thinking that it's not going to happen. They should.
It's funny that you should say that, because in a lot of my studies on menopause, they talk about women need tend and befriend, meaning that women need other women to get through this and to get through whatever else they're going through.
Right.
Men don't do that. They're just now starting to catch on that they need to talk to other men.
Right.
Because women have always had
that conversation
group together.
Right. In fact, they'll have the opposite conversation. If men were to tell the story, they're going to their 100. Then it's not the truth, right?
Right.
But that's a very interesting take. But they don't go through all the mood swings, the hot flashes, and all of that.
I think they go through depression and anxiety. But I don't know what else. I mean, how many middle-aged men you know that are not quite this exuberant person that they used to be? Because the testosterone goes.
Right. Oh, I get it. Okay, so then it's conversation. It's all about communication, isn't it? Yeah. And like I said, we cannot be ashamed. We cannot be afraid to speak it. It can be in part of our everyday language.
Like some of the women that come to me have very caring men who are willing to be there and do what they need to do. Okay. But it's very frustrating for them as well because sex is different for them.
Yes.
Women can take it or leave it. Men can. They need it to breathe.
to survive. Right. To survive. Yeah. Right. So that's why.
Is that mathematically proven? I just want to know. Is that mathematically proven that men have got to have it?
Well, I think biologically it is.
Oh, really?
Okay. Biologically, their need for sex is different for women's need for sex.
Oh, good. I'm falling off my stool.
It's more intense. It's literally, I describe it like they need it to breathe.
Oh, wow.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
That's how I describe it.
Okay.
But so then when it is disrupted, it becomes...
Well, they also take it as, you know how women like hugs and you to give them gifts or spend time with them and they feel wanted and needed? Men need sex to feel wanted and needed. Yeah. Not all men. They need the other cuddly things too. Yeah, they don't all admit it, but they do.
Right. Okay. Yeah. and meanwhile, some of them don't. Right. Yeah. So that's interesting. So if we could all, maybe we can all have a conversation with some of these guys one day.
That'll be interesting.
How about that?
Let me know when you find
We'll see how that goes. So let's make some lifestyle changes, ladies. Let's get some more information from Charlene. You know, alcohol, avoid as much as we can. Spicy food, this says. They say spicy food, caffeine, alcohol make your hot flashes worse. It says stop smoking. I'm just reading what I see here.
What you say?
Stop smoking. Dress in layers so you can make it easy to to cool down and get regular exercise.
Yes.
That's apparently what's key. The exercise.
And don't think that they're just going to disappear. Like women have incontinence probably 4 or 5 years before they even admit it to themselves.
Right. And that is the
leaking urine.
Or
running to the bathroom and you just gotta go.
Or you sneeze and you end up
Right.
Okay. Wow. All of that on top of all of that. Okay.
So complicated.
I know. But listen, we got this. We can keep talking about it. We must keep talking about it. We must keep reaching out. We must keep sharing information as we learn it and supporting each other. Absolutely. As we get information, we share the information. Yes. So, Tina Duke.
Yes, ma'am.
Shanika Hayward, Charlene Dill, thank you ladies so much for being bold enough to come on and talk about it, about menopause. Because some people don't. Some people are not, they're not there with the conversation and there are a lot of unanswered questions. Charlene, thank you so much for shedding so much light on a lot. I feel better.
Glad to do
I feel better. Thank you. Charlene has a wealth of knowledge, and this is a great platform. So, hands-on therapy is your business, and you are, as my mama would say, in the book.
Yeah. I don't even have a book.
You're online.
I got to the post office and get a book.
So there's help, and you're more than willing for people to call, make an appointment. It's a business. It's a physical business. You're up on South Shore in Warwick. Yeah. Okay, so you can go and there's a lot. Just give you a call and find out what you offer, what you do, what you offer your clients.
Oh, they can go online to my website.
Oh, they can. Yeah. Hands-on therapy.
Hands-on therapy BDA.
Hands-on therapy BDA.com. Okay, so you can go on, find out what it is, and then let's get some help. Let's sort this out together. Thank you so much for joining us this show on menopause for Grown Folk Talk with Patrice and company. I appreciate you,
That sounds
ladies.
good.
We
Patrice
got
and
this,
Company.
Patrice and Company. That
Thank
works
you.
for me. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again soon.